Hello and welcome to Maths with Jacob. This lesson will focus on average. Average. The average can be thought of as a number which approximates the central number in a set of numbers. It is a number which is typical of all the given scores. We could say that it represents all the scores. How do we find the average? Well, the simple formula for the average is you add up all the given scores and you divide by the number of given scores. So, let's look at example 1. Find the average of those 5 numbers. So from the given rule, we add the 5 numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so that's 5 numbers, and we divide by 5. Of course, there are 5 of them. The sum of the 5 numbers is 40, so 40 divided by 5 is 8. So 8 is the average. Example 2, find the average of those 6 numbers. So when we add those numbers up, we have 57. We divide by 6, and that gives us 9.5. There are many typical problems, especially in the area of sport, where averages are often calculated. For example 3. In 8 innings of cricket, Ted scored the following runs. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are his 8 innings. What was Ted's average for each innings? So the average was, you add all the scores up to give you 216, you divide by 8, and that gives you 27 as the average for each innings. Bill's wages for 5 consecutive weeks at his place of work were, these numbers here. What did he average for the 5 weeks? So the total amount was 1,240, and he earned that over 5 weeks. So we do the division. Now we've done this procedure before in previous videos, so if you go through it carefully, you will find that the average is 248. So that's his average wage for the week, $248. The average is often referred to as the mean. So example 5. At the local sports ground, the attendance for 7 consecutive weeks was, so these are spectators, and that's how many attended for 7 consecutive weeks. What was the average attendance per week? So if we add up all those numbers there, we get 4,487. We divide that by 7, and we get an average of 641. So he just goes through the procedure as we set out in earlier videos. That's just a little bit of long division. It's a simple example of long division. And example 6, if the mean of 6, 8, 3, 7, 4, and n is 30, find the value of n. So when we use the formula, we have to add those numbers there, so that gives us 28 plus n. Okay, so 6 and 8 are 14, so plus 3 plus 7 plus 4, that gives us 28. So 28 plus n, we divide by 6, because that's how many numbers we have, and the average is 5. Now from our times tables, we know that 6 times 5 is 30. So the simple manipulation here is 30 divided by 6 gives you 5. So 30 divided by 6 gives you 5. So in other words, 6 into 30 goes 5. If we come back here, 6 into 30 goes 5. So what does n have to be so that the number up here is 30? Well, it obviously has to be 2, because 28 plus 2 gives you 30. Hence, n equals 2.